Now, yesterday, we went ahead and said, bro, the lawyer for Hernandez Govan got a D plus C minus at maximum. But there was always a caveat. He was setting it up for today, which causes for a reversal. We'll give the grade at the end because I think once we lay this down, there is no way anybody watching this can say that the state did their job, that the police did their job, and that investigators did their job, and that the state presented a case against the quote-unquote mastermind of it all, and that they're going to secure a victory. But don't take my word for it. Listen to these clips that we got today. Sit back, relax, save your thoughts, save your thoughts, save your thoughts. And if you want to debate it, we'll debate it in the comments like we normally do. Y'all ready for this?
Okay. Well, did he try to get his phone back?
Yes.
How do you know that?
He told me we need to go up there and get his phone out the car, and he got in touch with Govan, and we went up the pressure wire.
Okay. So he got in touch with Govan. Did he use your phone to do that?
I can't remember.
Okay. So one way or another, he got in touch with Govan.
Yes.
Okay. And when y'all left Two Lane Apartments, where did y'all go?
It's a pressure wire.
Did y'all immediately go to Pressure World, or did y'all make a stop beforehand?
Well, we stopped at the gas station across the street. He got him a cigarette.
Okay, so after y'all left the gas station, y'all went to Pressure World.
Mm-hmm.
And when you got to Pressure World, who was there?
Govan.
Okay. And was he inside of his car or was he outside?
He was inside of a car.
Okay, do you remember what kind of car it was?
No, I don't.
Okay. And so were you driving at that point?
Yes.
Okay. So you parked the car,
Mm-hmm.
and did Cornelius stay in the car or did he get out?
He got out and went back there where he was. Govan got out of the car, and they walked to the back, and they was talking. I didn't hear the conversation because I was in my car.
Okay. So you didn't hear anything?
No.
Did you ever speak to Govan at all?
No.
But you saw him at the car wash that day?
Yes.
Okay. Did you see Mr. Govan give Mr. Smith anything?
I did.
Okay. And after this, did you and Mr. Smith leave?
Yeah.
Where did y'all go?
He was just riding around.
Okay. Did y'all ever stop at any point?
Yeah, we went to AutoZone.
Okay. So was it that same day that y'all went to AutoZone?
Yeah.
Okay. So why did y'all go to AutoZone?
To get a car cover.
So did Smith tell you that you needed a car cover?
No, the car cover was supposed to be for the cover of the car that I guess they used.
Okay.
She just lied about that car cover. Because Cornbread yesterday said, hey, bro, I called her and told her to go get a car cover. I told her that. Right. Then the money part. She said he paid cash. He said he got it through Cash App or on a card or something like that. He said all this crap less than 24 hours ago. Well, not 24 hours ago because this video will be dropping on that. So let's go a little bit further.
You see this camera right over here that's in pressure room? I know it's a little hard to see. And so I've got lots of angles of all the different cameras that I'm going to ask you. You see those in the photos at Pressure World. You see that, right?
At the top,
Yes, ma'am?
I can't make it out, but it looked like a camera.
Okay, let's go to the next slide. All right, just a different angle of the entrance from Pressure World, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Next slide. And you see the sign right at the entrance of Pressure World that says this place is under video monitoring. Beware, warning, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's go to the next slide. Do you see that camera? Can we make it bigger, please? You see that camera on the top right there?
Yes.
Okay, and you recognize this, there's a big mural on Pressure World right there,
Yeah.
home of the Grizzlies. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Zoom in on this one. And so this is sort of the side of the business. You see the black camera there, and the light camera thing, whatever that is, and then another white camera right there. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay. You guys were parked on the side, right?
He was like in the front.
Oh, in the front, okay. But the gentleman went to the side to talk or something, you said, Govan.
Well, I pulled in, I turned around, I was facing the street. He got out and he walked to the back to talk to him.
Right, you mentioned that you didn't know if you thought Govan was in the car, but you couldn't see anything, right?
When I pulled in, I saw him get out. When he got out, I was looking at my mirrors, he got out of a car.
Okay. All right. Next slide, please. So, on the side, there's 2 more cameras. I don't think that middle one's the camera, I can't tell, but there's 2 more cameras there. Do you see that?
On this one.
I think my associate skipped ahead one. Just skip ahead 1 photo and then we'll go back to it.
This
So what Manny is doing is he's setting it up for the camera questions. This is multi-layered because he knows who the state is presenting and can come up with a conclusive idea as to what. You gotta remember, you have your officers, you have your detectives. Basically the people who arrest and the people who investigate. Let's go.
What is that?
Do you remember what you said?
No, I don't.
Play it again.
What the phone number is this? All right. Didn't he tell you that he had to go get something? That he forgot something that he needed to go back and get? Right.
All right, so when they ask you about having to go do anything, your first thing, and this is December 17th, exactly 30 days after the shooting, you said you don't remember to the police, right?
Yes.
And then they ask you, wasn't there something your boyfriend said that you forgot? Or something that he needed to go get? Or those kinds of things. They're prompting you, right? To tell you what you're supposed to say.
I wouldn't say that.
Okay. Let's talk about Govan. Play that clip, please.
What's the guy name? He had something, cause drop people figured I knew something. He was like, nah, my girl don't know nothing. My girl don't know nothing. And what's this guy's name? He stay on Brad. The car was found across the street from his house.
What about him? He was asking what?
He in the middle of this too.
Okay. We got an idea what you're talking about, but tell me what's his name? You know his nickname?
What's his name?
Was that a dope boy? Used to be a dope boy?
That I don't know.
Okay.
I don't. All I know is me used to go over his house and get some bills.
Okay. Okay.
You know what his name begins with? Or?
I'm trying to remember.
Okay. So let's begin with that person. You know more?
I think it's Q. Does it begin with Q?
Yeah.
You know? What? Okay.
All right, so a month after all this happens, they're asking you about something, because your memory was really good today about Quet, and you seemed very calm and collected about it. But back then when they asked you what the guy's name was, and you said Cornelius had already told you Quet or Govan had been doing it,
Yes.
but the police had to ask you over and over and over again and tell you, was it a guy with the initial Q, right, on Bradley Street?
Yeah, but I had forgot his name.
Okay, so you forgot his name 1 month after that, and 4 years later, you remember it perfectly.
Yes.
Okay, you know Bobby Carter also lives there on Bradley Street, right?
Yes.
And Bobby Carter also sells pills.
I didn't know he sold them.
Okay, but your boyfriend Cornelius hung out with Bobby Carter, right?
Yes, he did.
Okay. And the thing about the car being across the street, that's Cornelius telling you that. You have no knowledge of that, right?
Well, I saw it on the news, and before then, he told me that the car was parked. That Justin parked the car behind the empty house across the street.
Okay. So he told you that, and then you saw more things on the news, and that's how you remember this, right?
Yes.
So basically, Jook was the mastermind, and the way that it's set up is that the cops are leading. If you don't know what that looks like, right? If you need a little refresher, some of us do, some of us don't. It's basically saying this, man, you remember, well, like this. Fellas, y'all know we done did this a couple of times when you just snuck out to go get something to eat without your girl, knowing good and damn well that's supposed to be y'all spot, and you just ain't feel like breaking bread, and you hit your homeboy up and you're like, hey bro, didn't we go to this place? You're leading. Cops are not supposed to lead in interrogations. So, once again, this right here seems like the cops are doing something they not, or the detectives, pardon me, are doing something that they're not supposed to do. I got a crazy theory, and I think y'all gonna agree with it. Let's go.
You also watched part of the trial yesterday, just not your boyfriend's part, right?
Right.
Okay. With regards to who's responsible for all this, one second.
First things first, how did he know that? How did the lawyer know that? Second, you mean to tell me you watched all of that crap and you didn't watch what your man said? I damn near could believe her because of that question about the car cover. And I got a theory on the car cover stuff. Y'all just wait to the end. It gets pretty interesting.
Yes.
Okay. And it was Cornelius that said we need to get a car cover for it, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you went to the AutoZone, I assume, just not too far from where you guys were at Pressure Road?
Okay.
Okay. And do you remember the video cameras at AutoZone? Would you imagine that there's surveillance cameras at a big store like AutoZone?
I imagine so.
Okay. And do you remember if you went in or if your boyfriend went in?
I can't remember.
Do you have any idea how you guys paid for it?
He had cash.
Okay. Was that his cash?
Govan gave him some money. I don't know how much it was.
Okay, so now you're saying, because we talked about the meeting, you said he got his phone supposedly, even though you didn't see it, but now you're saying he also got some money from Govan?
Yes.
Okay. How much money did he get? Okay. Car covers can cost $50 to $200. You got any idea what kind of car cover it was?
No, I don't.
Okay. What happened to the car cover?
I don't know.
Okay. Was it at your house when you guys bought it to take it home?
No.
Where did you take it?
It was in my truck, but I don't know what happened to it.
Okay.
You know what? Forget the end. Forget the freaking end. I don't believe that car cover story. I don't believe the car cover story anymore. None of the photos, none of the stuff, anything like that ever showed that. And it's gonna basically come out a little bit later because it got crazy at the very end with a certain detective. But I don't believe the car cover story. The car cover story basically puts Hernandez Govan in a trick bag as far as conspiracy go. That means he's in on a conspiracy before and after. That's what that does. By him giving money for the car means basically, bro, hey man, we went ahead and agreed that you need to cover this car. Cornelius already got caught lying about the products, the peroxide and bleach that he had. Then we find out, Cornelius, you got two servers on the block. Your homeboy that you always kick it with and Hernandez Govan, which I believe, I'm going to put this video out later on, I believe Cornbread actually is a mastermind pretending to be stupid, slow, and dumb. And y'all might laugh at that, but I can make a pretty convincing point as to why. But let's continue on.
Let everybody hear it again.
And we needed to talk to you.
That didn't come from me.
Right, and that's why we needed to talk to you. You understand that? Because here's the thing.
It came from right out house.
I got you. But you didn't got who got
Yeah, I don't know who wants to.
No, I know we don't. Well,
It's all over. It's all over.
no, but you know what? You got access to the man that actually killed Dolph. And he told you. What did he tell you that shit come from? Okay.
Stop.
Who told you that?
Stop. So, this is all before the Q stuff that I played for you earlier. When they first asked you what's happening, you said it's coming from a higher power. And you paused and you thought about it. They didn't say, does it start with a J? Where does he live? What did he do? First words out of your mouth was, Jook did this, right?
Yes.
All right, keep playing it.
And it came from you.
I'm not understanding.
No. Who told you that?
That thing,
Who's he?
who,
So he said it came from Juke. Juke being who? Because we want to make sure we're talking about the same Juke. Unfortunately, there's more than one Juke. CMG meaning Yo Gotti's brother, Juke?
Jook, yeah.
So when they asked you 2, maybe 3 times, it's Jook, CMG, Jook set all this stuff up. I know we've been talking about these meetings at Govan's house, but when it came down to it, Jook's giving the orders, Jook's paying, Jook's doing everything. That's what Cornelius told you, right?
Yes.
So he said Jook before, and Jook only. And then they introduced Q. So they couldn't fully say the name, but they introduced Q because they wanted to make sure that they had a cover for all of it. Why are you saying a cover for all of it? Bro, I believe that some of those detectives, some of those police officers might be on the payroll because none of this crap makes sense. I think that cop, that detective might be on the freaking payroll because of what he did not do. We'll get to that at the end. Y'all might agree with me on this crazy theory because it might not be a crazy theory. Somebody else might have even made this theory. I have no idea.
Jook's doing everything. That's what Cornelius told you, right?
Yes.
Let's do one more clip.
You know, I don't know what Jook said to him. I'm not it, but he told me. He looked Jook in his eyes. Inside, I got you.
So you was the one that actually, they were over Q's house. And you was the one that asked him to kill to kill Dolph.
Okay.
No, but when you said, he said, he told you.
Yeah, that's where it came from.
All right, so again, when they ask you, where did the order come from? Who told him? Who was going to do that? It's always Jook, right?
That's what he said.
All right, and so the meetings, does Cornelius use the word meeting a lot with you? Or was he just over at Govan's house to buy pills and hang out with his friend?
A lot of time I was at work, so him going over there, a lot of times I wasn't around, but the couple of times that I took him over there, he was buying pills.
Okay. And again, everything is based on what Cornelius has told you.
Yes.
The guy that you said has lied to you about a lot of stuff, including, for example, he may get back together with his child's mother after he gets this money.
He never told me that.
I never told you that. But if he would have made that statement and we talked about it yesterday, that would be, he's never told you that, right?
He never told me that.
Does he ever say he runs game on you? Just telling you what you want to hear?
Sometimes.
Okay. Let's get out a moment, Your Honor.
So the state had it, but she only did it when it looked like a charge. So the state already got it. They got it. They investigation already wrapped up, but we gonna drop this other name because you about to get hit with a charge if you don't give us more. No, don't wait till the end. I think CMG got people on the payroll in that goddamn police department. I do. And it's going to further be proven. Keep on watching.
So you said, to your understanding, Quet set this up.
Yes.
Okay. But earlier, I'm sorry, not earlier, but sometime in this interview, who did you say the order came from?
Joe.
Can those be 2 different people?
Yes.
The person that that planned it and the person that the order came from?
Yes.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Redirect.
You couldn't think of Q or Quet's name when they were asking you that, right?
I couldn't.
All right. Prior to that, they told you would be charged as an accessory if you didn't talk to them because you helped somebody after the murder happened, right? By driving them. yes, they did threaten to charge you, right, in that interview?
Yes.
In the very beginning of the interview?
Yes.
All right. And so, when you took a pause after we'd gone through this whole Q nonsense, and they asked you during this interview, who set it up, who did this, it was Jook. And they asked you some more, he's a higher power, it was Jook, right? That's what Cornelius told you.
Yes.
And Cornelius also told you Bobby Carter was involved in this case.
I don't recall.
Okay, I can play that clip for you again. You remember we just talked about it? Bobby Carter called in the Mercedes that was parked on Bradley Street?
Yeah, he did say that.
All right, and Cornelius told you Bobby Carter was in on it too? You remember saying that?
He did.
Okay. With regards to the video stuff, I'm sure you don't know if AutoZone's video cameras were working that day on the 17th, just a few hours after the murder, right?
I don't.
Okay, but you would expect police to go check that out to confirm that all these things happened, right? That would be a simple thing?
Yes, sir. I'm sure they will.
You're sure they would, right? I
Yes.
would be sure too, but, you know, we'll see about that. Okay, thank you.
Instead of you preempting the strike with the videos, maybe on your rebuttal, you do it that way. Because she didn't do it in her rebuttal, by the way. Spoiler alert. She brought up the videos like, y'all didn't even have to do that. No, you want something that is freaking fine-tuned. You want it to look like, bruh, nobody, and I mean nobody, can question any part of this. We did a thorough investigation, and it says so much about Memphis PD and how they operate, and Memphis detectives and how they operate, because how the hell y'all didn't go after Jook at all? They said, oh. You know what? They'll reveal it. If you ain't subscribed yet, if you subscribe, you're going to win this or this. Comment on every video and like every video. Let's get back to the rest of the video.
And I'm sure defense will ask this question, but I'll ask you, did you all investigate any possible video of Pressure World?
No, we did not.
And when did you learn about anything that may have been of significance in Pressure World?
It was weeks, month later, so.
I guess they've been asking you about these cameras and things like that. Let's just tell it how it is. Nobody during this investigation ever went to Pressure World to check about the cameras, right?
No, we didn't.
All right. Nobody in this investigation ever went to AutoZone to check if the cameras were there.
No, we didn't.
Nobody went to the AutoZone that Cornelius Smith said he went to buy a car cover to see if there's a receipt or some surveillance or something like that inside the AutoZone, right?
No.
Okay. Those are things that would be important to try to corroborate a witness who obviously is the shooter in this case, to make sure he's not lying to you, right?
Yes.
And when people get caught, they generally lie to police. Is that uncommon?
Sometimes.
All right. Do people lie to get out of trouble?
Sometimes, yes.
Do people lie to cut deals?
Sometimes, yes.
Also, with regards to the area around Pressure World, it's a pretty busy area, right?
It is.
And you know there's those little MPD city cameras up and down that street, right?
There.
All right. You don't have to believe, let me ask it this way. If Cornelius Smith and Angela Arnold had repeatedly told you all that Jook was the one that was calling the shots, I think even in your report you guys said Jook's the mastermind. That would cause you to go interview Jook because that's an important piece of information, right?
Doing the investigation, yes.
All right. But as a lead detective, at no point during the investigation did we attempt to talk to Jook.
We hadn't made it that far, no.
We hadn't made it that far. Okay, it's been 4 years, and we know Jook died 2.5 years after the case. We know everybody had already been indicted within a few months of the arrest taking place. But we never went to talk to Jook, even after Cornelius and Angela repeatedly said he was the mastermind. I think that's the phrase you guys used in your Operation Cookie Monster slideshow, right?
Girl, I am going to object to this line of questioning. Is it relevant?
Of course it's relevant. He's a suspect.
Overruled.
The reason I ask is, these people have come in here and testified and said they're telling the truth. So if those people, they've testified that they're telling the truth. They talked about Mr. Govan here, and they talked about Jook, and we can quibble about who's in charge or whose house or who whatever. But clearly, Jook was a suspect in this case.
Yes.
But he was never followed up with at all by Memphis Police Department at any point in this investigation, even though he died 2.5 years later.
Not at the time, no.
Okay.
Now, we're going to let the video kind of play out a little longer because this stuff gets intense today. When I say, get on him, get him, Craig, get him, Craig, that's exactly what the hell happened.
Pictures are a little grainy. Do you know what that
That's you, right? Okay, let's keep going.
is? It's from your phone. So you're holding it.
A video?
It was in your phone, it was a video.
Yep, it was around any time. Yep.
What firearm is that?
There's an AK-47, I think. That one the Justin gun.
That was going to hit. Was that the gun that you used
Yep, that's the gun he had, yep.
on the murder?
I guess it's the same one, but pretty much. Yes, sir.
That's the one you had on the Gucci, right?
Yeah, it was the day on Moochie right
The
here.
Young Dolph, did you have that same gun?
I believe so. But he had two of them. He had two of them.
Is it
He had like, yep, two handguns, yep.
What is this?
Oh, that's old. It ain't even around the same time.
What about this one?
This old. This Angela gun.
What about this? I don't even know what that is, but it was in the gun section.
There's a cop out.
All right.
Stop it there. You were showing him photos, Cornelius Smith, you're showing him photos from his phone, correct? You gotta say yes or no.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yes.
All right, so he talks about AK-47s, about when he was shooting Moochie or Wu or whoever many people he shot.
Well, he didn't shoot Moochie. He said they went up there to attempt to, but Justin Johnson was holding an assault rifle and was laying down in the back before they drove off. They didn't do anything, but we were showing him the different firearms we found in his to see. We were trying to find the firearms.
Pardon me for being naive, I know he may not have shot anybody, but when I'm going there with guns and they jam or whatever and we don't use them, it still is pretty scary to me. So you show him the photos in his phone, right? That's the AK-47, then you go through the photo, that's Angela's handgun, right?
I think he said it was Angela's handgun, but it was photos of guns
Okay.
in his phone.
And the next thing you say is, I don't know how this photo got in here, it looks like it's a car park. You remember that? Play it again?
I mean, I heard it, but I don't know what it's in reference to unless we saw some car park or
Play it
something
again.
with autos.
It's your
Oh, that's
voice.
old. It ain't even around the same time.
What about this one?
This old. This Angela gun.
What about this? I don't even know what that is, but it was in the gun section.
There's a cop out.
All right.
So you said, I don't know what this is in the gun section, it's a car park.
Right.
That was said, right?
Yes, because you can filter on the Cellbrite software, like firearms, right? Because we were trying to find the firearms used in the murder. And when we filtered that, we had some that were so grainy, we weren't sure, but maybe he could clear it up. He said it was a car park. It
Okay.
wasn't really, you couldn't really tell what it was.
I appreciate the explanation, you couldn't really tell, but these jurors are gonna watch that receipt, and you're telling us that that receipt is an AutoZone receipt.
It looks like it's got, if you look at the very top, it looks like an AutoZone receipt. It's got the auto part in the zone. It's very difficult to see, I
Sure.
agree, but it looks like an AutoZone receipt at the top.
All right, so that is a great point. You said as part of your investigation, you name it, we collected it, right? You said that to the government when you're talking about how thorough we were?
Correct.
All right, so it sort of kind of looks like an AutoZone receipt. Did you happen to go about 6 blocks that way to the AutoZone headquarters and just say, could you pull the receipts from that very specific location that you told the jurors about to see if anybody purchased anything?
Again, if you look at the receipt in the PowerPoint, you can't, I don't think I was able to tell where it came from. And
All right, so now we don't know where it came from,
We
or
know
it could be AutoZone.
it looks like an AutoZone receipt.
Right, well, I looked-
But it doesn't, you
Your
can't see the
objection
fine
asked
print.
and answered at this point.
He's gonna dodge the question,
I'm
Judge.
not dodging the question.
There's no rule, answer after question.
Again, you don't know if it's an AutoZone receipt. We're making presumptions based on a crumply receipt.
You're saying that I don't know it's an AutoZone receipt. I looked at the photo and at the top you can see the AutoZone part. You can't see like when he purchased it or the dates on the fine prints, but it appears at the top, it says AutoZone. But it doesn't have all the details. Because trust me, we looked at that. We wanted to see what time did this purchase happen. But he said cash. So we were like, well, I mean, can we get video? I mean, we look at these things to try to figure it out, but sometimes all you might have is just at the very top, it says AutoZone.
Yes, it sounds like it's a very difficult job. Did you go to the AutoZone that was addressed and ask them to pull video?
At the time, we didn't have an address. And
You said you looked at the phone and you saw it, you got an address. Did you go yesterday to ask AutoZone headquarters, is there a receipt available?
Historically.
No, not
AutoZone
historically.
or any
Yes
business
or no?
is 30
Judge, I
days.
need him to answer. He's dodging me over and over again. I'm asking a simple
No,
question.
I'm gonna object. He's not
Did
allowed-
you go?
Objection.
No, I did not.
Objection, wait. She's objecting.
To what?
The objection. Your Honor, if he would allow the witness to actually answer the 15 questions he's asked, he might get the answer that he needs. I'm asking him to let the witness answer. Let him answer.
Did you go to AutoZone at any point in this investigation? I appreciate the smirk, but just answer yes or no.
No.
Did you
The
go?
objection, Your Honor, I would ask him,
No.
he's not making.
We don't need commentary.
All right.
Just ask the question.
No,
Answer the question.
I've said no 4 times now. No, 5.
Okay, so we never went to AutoZone to confirm what this receipt might be. Did you go to Pressure World to look through all the cameras that they have at Pressure World?
I did not.
Okay, did anybody do that that could magically be on a phone somewhere?
I did not. I was not a part of that first part of the investigation. I did not see anything that had any where they went to Pressure World.
Okay.
So I'm not sure.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Not a full investigation. Not a full investigation. And it's something about somebody saying you didn't do your job that will piss you off and anger you. And I ain't gonna hold you. The way Manny jumped on him, the way Hernandez Govan's lawyer jumped on him, you can see why it is he put belt to ass on the police officers who flew in from Chicago at the Lil Durk trial when Vaughn was up there like, yeah. That was what was happening. Vaughn was agreeing with the lawyer like, yeah. And Durk over there sitting back like, that's what the video was. We got a whole interview on that if y'all want to check it out. Let me know some in the comments. I could put that down there for y'all. But let's get to the end of this so I can bring it all home.
With regards to Pressure World or AutoZone, you were never asked to review any of the 1625 or the 6236 phone records for those areas, right?
No, sir, almost not.
Okay. And so we've had testimony you talked about, well, you haven't talked about it, but if I live, let's say, for example, this hypothetical Bradley Street, and then somebody else lives like 2, maybe 3 minutes away, maybe the street over, something like that, would the same tower arguably be able to be pinging off both their phones?
Yes, it's, yes, absolutely.
All right. So if I live near somebody, the phones are going to ping. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm at their house or there. I'm just in the area.
It's in the area of the tower provides service for. Yes, sir.
And if the tower closest to me was full, like you said, it could kick out half a mile up the road to the next tower.
To the next available tower. Yes, sir.
Okay. 1 second. And with regards to tower coverage, let's just say in the Memphis area, I mean, how many miles has a tower arguably covered it had?
It's not even miles, sir.
Okay.
So to actually get the coverage of a tower, you would have to do a drive test.
Okay.
We did not do a drive test on this.
Okay.
From past experience, having done towers, you can roughly estimate the coverage of a tower by finding the closest tower to it and multiplying that distance by 0.6.
Okay.
And that's not exact, that is an estimate.
Sure.
Because the cell signal is actually going to overlap so that it can provide the best coverage. So it's not going to be a 50-50. So the coverage would be, but from the one cell tower to the next, and then that distance multiplied by 0.6.
I don't want to do too much math, so I became a little.
Yes, sir.
But again, that's if that tower has space on it, otherwise it could be kicked out further.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Tell me he didn't just say that.
Great home tune, that's Moochie Great.
Yes.
That's a PRE artist as well?
Correct.
Okay. And then Justin says Moochina, again, Moochie Great, PRE number?
Correct.
Okay. And then we have a yeah, and we have a call me. And then we have a next page, please, Robert. It just says pulling up, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. And again, nobody got shot on that occasion, but that's,
Well, they attempted to shoot. He was providing more than that. Oh, sorry. Casey Williams was providing a lot of information to Justin Johnson on PRE members. I think he was screenshotting Terrence Baker's calls and sending them to him. He sent him Terrence Baker's father's address. And those are intertwined with the messages you were sending. He was providing information to Justin on PRU members.
Okay, perfect. Regards to Jook, did you all ever try to interview Jook?
Yes.
When did you try to do that?
When we executed a search warrant on his phone
Okay,
when he was at the airport.
okay. It wasn't indicated that you had talked to him, anyone in the police reports. The lead detective said you guys never reached out to him. Is that incorrect?
I can tell you that they asked him, wanted to talk. Obviously, he said he had nothing to talk.
Okay, and did we do anything else after that?
We wrote a search warrant and we did the phone extract.
Okay. So the suspect that Mr. Cornelius said may have paid for his legal fees, all this other testimony we've heard, you went, even though the lead detective didn't know, you specifically went to talk to him and he said, no, I don't want to make a statement, that's my Fifth Amendment right.
Yeah, we executed a search warrant at the airport. I forget who it was, but somebody, either Friars or someone communicated with him to say, hey, you want to come talk? We knew what his response was going to be, and we knew what attorney he was going to tell us to talk to.
Okay, I get all that. Do defendants occasionally exercise their Fifth Amendment rights and keep their mouth shut?
100%.
So you don't quit on the investigation just because they won't talk to you, you continue, right?
100%.
And in this case, Cornelius is giving you specifics about what Jook did. You've got text messages from Justin Johnson about what Jook did. But there was no follow-up, not being mean or anything else.
Right.
That whoever went to the airport, that was it with regards to Jook.
I don't get to make the decisions
Okay.
on what happens to Joe.
I'm not asking who makes the decision. They're saying that was it. There's nothing else done with regards to Jook.
Yes, there was a lot of stuff. I mean, that's what we were doing.
Okay. I'll let it be. I think I get it.
Jook 100% should have been arrested, charged, given bail, and that would have been that. That would have been that. Bro, I ain't gonna hold you. It's looking like CMG pulled off one of the biggest heists in Memphis history. It's looking like Jook money might have been long to get him up out of this. There is no way. If this was you watching and you said, yeah, bro, we're going to go ahead and do all of these things and we're going to make it shake and I'm going to pay y'all and all of this stuff. They said the freaking meeting for the planning of killing Young Dolph happened, what, a week prior? So there's that. But here's the craziest part. Bruh, they've been talking. Hernandez Govan in freaking Justin Johnson been talking. It seems the story, the theory that he was his manager and he was setting him up and all of this stuff seems to be true. Why does it seem to be true? Because they were texting all the time. You have no messages that could corroborate, hey, bro, we setting up to kill this fool when? In November, 5 months later? Then they said flat out, hey, did he talk to Hernandez Govan the day before this all happened? That would be the mastermind part of that. That doesn't exist. I'm going to be curious as hell to see how it is that the state closed this. Maybe I'm seeing something I didn't see, but y'all did an ass job at this. And maybe that's the standard of practices within Memphis as far as investigators go. This right here is a black eye to the whole entire system. Dolph is not going to get justice because it seems as though if y'all really wanted a conspiracy, there were 2 other names dropped today that 100% had a lot of shit to do with it. And that never effing happened. It's crazy to think that, damn, bro, if Hernandez Govan is a part of this, why isn't he a part of that shooting with Paper Raul? Why didn't they ever discuss all the other people? See, remember, they said this. They said Dolph had 100, Key Glock had 50, Paper Raul and Moochie Grape and all these cats and all that, they had 25,000. If that's the case, why was there never any type of communication between Hernandez Govan and all these other cats to say, bro, we spun on these people. We got these individuals about the way. And anybody who's saying Seti Nash is a part of CMG and they paid me, let me help y'all out. Let me put a lot of distance between that theory. It looked like if they paid off anybody, it was the damn Memphis PD. It looked like if they paid off anybody, it was those damn detectives. It looks like if they paid anybody, it was that lawyer to go in there and tell Justin Johnson exactly what to say, when to say, and how to say it. It looks like the lawyers that were paid, we talking about a $35,000 lawyer who got paid while Jook was still alive. Jook was still alive 2 years after that. It seems to me that the people to be investigated ain't got investigated. And the number one lead you had is dead. You can't tell me, bruh, that, hey, I sent a $35,000 lawyer to a pill popping animal. And let's keep it all the way authentic. Cornbread was out there spinning. That nigga was out there popping shit. Him and Justin Johnson been cool for a minute. He said me and Justin Johnson was only cool for 1 month. But how the hell is that cool for 1 month when y'all two went and shot up Paper Out Wu when he called the police on him? The stories aren't aligning. And if you could take your bias out for Young Dolph, then you would say, damn, bro, maybe Hernandez Govan knew about it, but if he did, he would have knew about it in July. If he knew about it. Niggas talk all the time. So if there's anything that he'll be found guilty on, I can't see it. I see at worst a mistrial, at best for him. At worst for him, mistrial. At best for him, not guilty. This right here is a black eye on Memphis as a whole as far as their police departments go. Why is that, you say, Nash? Well, let's think about it. How in the hell can you have somebody get his phone, get all these text messages and text messaging threads and all this stuff, and you never charge him, but you charge the dude who sold the little dude drugs? When they brought in the freaking text messages with Cornelius and Hernandez Govan, even the girl said, yeah, he be buying pills and stuff like that from him, and he be going over there with this person and kicking it. But he also has a homeboy that basically stays on the same block. And why I say, preempting this video, straight, I mean that Cornbread might be a mastermind, because he parked it right there by Hernandez Govan's house, like 2 houses away, because he knew that them eyes was going to point directly to him. That right there, 2 people for the price of 1, that's a hell of a deal. If you were ever going to set up anything, that's the way in which you set it up. Because let's say Cornbread gets out in 20 years, he's still going to have a release date. So I'm curious if Justin Johnson makes a grand return back to the freaking court and say, you know what? Nah, bruh. Nah. Jook did this, Cornbread did this, and I did this. Now, would he do that? I doubt it. I mean, he is trying to get an appeal. So unless you finna send your own self for life, hell nah. But I ain't gonna hold you. The video I'm about to put out, bruh, the state might be able to say, this nigga lied to us, if they ain't already thinking it. Now, some of y'all be like, no, Nash, don't do a video like that. Blah, blah, blah. Y'all don't think the state ain't already thinking this? They sitting back in their chairs like, But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Subscribe, turn on the bell, stay notified, and share to keep your people aware. Right here, we're giving them away for free, bro. We are at 250,000 subscribers, man. Shout out to the visionaries and the new ones that's joining on today. We gonna double it up. If we hit another 50K, now we done did the 25,000 in 1 month. That was in March. But man, check me out. We just gonna double it up. And click right here to see how crazy court just got for YNW Melly and YNW Portland. There's a name you ain't heard for a while. He's up for trial, but it seems like no matter what happens, he's gonna be all right.